All right, let's get right into it. We're going to talk about something that's running behind the scenes of pretty much everything you do online. But for a lot of people, it's still this kind of fuzzy, abstract idea. Yep, we're talking about cloud computing.
But seriously, think about that for a second. When you're streaming a movie, or checking your social media, or sending an email, you're using an incredibly powerful computer. But it's not the phone in your hand or the laptop on your desk. So, where is it? And that's the question we're going to answer today.
So here's the official definition. It's getting your computing services on demand over the internet. But the part that really changed the game, the phrase that turned the entire tech industry upside down, is pay as you go. See, this wasn't just a new gadget, it was a totally new way to run a business.
And the best way to understand that shift in thinking is to see it as moving from owning something to, well, just renting it. It's kind of like the difference between owning a giant, noisy power generator in your basement versus just plugging into the wall and paying your electric bill.
This slide really breaks that down perfectly. In the old world, you had to own all this hardware. That meant huge upfront capital expenses, buying tons of servers just to handle your busiest day of the year, even if they sat around doing nothing for the other 364 days. But the cloud flips that script. You become a renter. That huge cost becomes a simple, predictable operational expense, just another utility bill. You're not stuck with physical limits anymore. You have this incredible agility to pay for exactly what you need, only when you need it.
And here is the absolute key to the whole thing. The cloud provider takes care of all the boring, tedious, but totally necessary work. Racking servers, patching software, managing networks. It's what the industry calls undifferentiated heavy lifting. And getting that off your plate changes literally everything.
Because once you offload all that heavy lifting, you unlock some amazing new advantages. And this leads us directly to the 4 core benefits that explain why pretty much every company on the planet is making this switch.
First up, the one that always gets the finance department excited, cost savings. And it's so much more than just not having to buy a bunch of servers.
You see, this chart shows that the actual price tag on a server, that's just the tip of the iceberg. You also have to pay for the building to put it in, the massive electricity and cooling bills, and the smart people you need on staff 24/7 to keep it all running. The cloud provider just absorbs all of those hidden costs for you.
And because you're not building for that one crazy busy day a year anymore, you stop paying for power you're not even using. Your spending becomes incredibly efficient, perfectly matching your actual needs, sometimes down to the second.
Now, that efficiency leads right into the second, and you could argue the most powerful benefit of all: elasticity, the ability to scale up and down instantly.
Here's the perfect example. An e-commerce site drops a massive flash sale. In the old model, that huge spike in traffic would almost guarantee a crash. You'd lose sales, you'd have angry customers, it's a disaster. In the cloud, the system just stretches. It automatically scales up to handle the huge load, and then, the moment the sale is over, it scales right back down. And you stop paying for that extra capacity immediately.
The speed difference here is just staggering. I mean, what used to be a months-long process of ordering hardware, waiting for it to arrive, and installing it, now happens in minutes. With a few clicks, it's automated.
The third benefit is something that has totally changed how we all work: global accessibility. The reason you can work from home or collaborate on a document in real time with someone on the other side of the planet is because that data and those apps don't live on one machine in one office. They live in the cloud, accessible from anywhere with an internet connection. And for the people who are actually building all of our digital tools, this is an unbelievable accelerator. A developer who has a new idea doesn't have to file a support ticket and wait weeks for the IT department. They just click a button and get a new server environment for themselves in minutes. Think about how much faster you can build and test new things that way.
And that incredible new speed leads us right to the final, and really the ultimate payoff of the cloud. It's an engine for innovation.
This is how it works. First, you offload all that mind-numbing maintenance. That, in turn, liberates your most talented tech people from just keeping the lights on. They can finally stop being digital janitors and start being architects, focused on building new products that actually grow the business and create value. And this is where it gets really transformative. Things like artificial intelligence and machine learning used to require a supercomputer. Only the biggest companies could afford them. Well, now, cloud providers offer these advanced tools as a service that you can essentially rent by the hour. It totally democratizes access. A tiny startup can now run the same sophisticated algorithms as a giant bank. It levels the playing field for everyone.
Okay, so that's the why. We get why it's so powerful. But how is it all actually delivered? Well, it all breaks down into 3 basic models.
The best way to think about this is like ordering pizza. At the bottom, you have infrastructure as a service, or IaaS. This is like buying the dough, the sauce, and the cheese from the store. You get all the raw ingredients, but you have to assemble and bake the pizza yourself. This gives you the most control. In the middle, you have platform as a service, or PaaS. This is like buying a pre-made pizza crust and just adding your own favorite toppings. You get to focus on the creative part. And finally, at the top, you have software as a service, or SaaS. This is just ordering a pizza for delivery. It shows up at your door, ready to eat. You don't manage anything, you just use it.
So who uses what? Well, IaaS is for the IT professionals, the experts who need total control over every ingredient. PaaS is perfect for developers. They want to build amazing applications fast without worrying about building the oven. And SaaS? Well, that's for pretty much all of us, every single day. When we use apps like Gmail or Salesforce, we're just the happy customers.
So, when you put all of these pieces together, what's the big picture? The cloud isn't just about technology, it's about a fundamental shift in what a business decides to focus its energy on.
So let's wrap up with the key takeaways. The what? It's on-demand, pay-as-you-go computing. The why? To save money, to scale instantly, and to innovate faster. The how? Through those 3 service models, IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. But the whole point, the real revolution, is about one thing: eliminating that undifferentiated heavy lifting so you can focus on what actually makes your business special.
And that leaves us with one last, really important question to think about. When running servers is as easy as flipping a light switch, and even the most advanced AI is available to everyone, what skills become the most valuable? When the only real limit is your own creativity, what will you choose to build?